Hello, 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 collective. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't before wasting any more time. Yeah, you are somebody who's in their purpose. I see your self esteem is uplifted. You are no longer the person you used to be. People can even see it. You exude this self confidence. You are such a go getter. You come off as somebody who knows what they are here to do. You are in your purpose. Things be moving on for you. Yeah, like they supposed to, and people are not so loving it. People are so not loving it that things are working out for you. It's because you are doing things right. You are choosing to be of righteous, unlike them who love shortcuts, who loves to manipulate, who like to step on others to get to the other side. No, you are not doing that. You are taking the long road. You may be somebody who's more like always telling, you're not even a gatekeeper. You may be even telling people like Noah, the rain is coming, but nobody wants to listen. You may be telling people the truth in plain sight, but then otherwise it's triggering, it's annoying, and they are mocking you for it. And they are so mocking you for it. Some they may even say that you think you're better than them, and all that, but you be like, hey, I ain't better. I just feel like this is the right way, and it's the right way. And you be like, when they see it's working out, they be like surprised that you were always right. They are all surprised that you were always right, even right now. Yeah, continue being grateful, for the opportunities that you have. Continue being grateful for the experiences. Continue being grateful for the growth as well. It's all about the choices that you made, the discipline, and also you trusting in divine timing. You knowing that you are always guided. you know you are somebody who's always guided by their higher self. I feel you are so very much spiritual. Whoever I'm talking to, you are very much connected to source, very much connected to God. Yeah, I feel, yeah, you see yourself in everyone else. You somebody who loves themselves, and you don't think you are better than anyone else. You see yourself in everyone else, but hey, people get triggered. People always want to fight you for some reason, because they feel like you are doing it better than them. They fail to see themselves in you. Instead they see you as competition. Instead they see you as somebody they are jealous of. Instead of, they are becoming too prideful. They want to be superior than you. They want you to be inferior. They want you to feel inferior in some type of way. They are failing at seeing themselves in you, whereas you know how to see yourself in them. You get to see their shortcomings. You get to see their, but then you don't even use it against them. You are just like somebody who always inspires others. You understand that life is a journey, but then they come when it comes to them. Your ops are so having this weird mind. When it comes to, they judge you very much harshly. you know it's like they see you as somebody who's more like a perfectionist. It's because I feel they haven't came across somebody like somebody who's more like studying something and getting to finish it straightforward. You don't want shortcuts. You may even not want other people's you know opinions when it comes to whatever you work on. But you have this go-getter spirit. You have this go-getter spirit, and you are very much confident in whatever you are doing, which is so amusing. It's more like, wow, look at you, irrespective whether it's a small thing or a big thing. You pay more close attention. You give a you give your full attention to whatever things that you do. Yeah, people, I feel they feel prideful. They don't. They feel pride. They feel like you are supposed to be small, to play small, to be boxed. People don't want to, but then I feel they don't have no choice. They have no other choice but to respect you. Your journey speaks for itself. Your journey speaks for itself. Yeah, pretty much. You may be somebody who's of service to others, yeah. You may be somebody who loves to give a helping hand. I feel I'm talking to a giver. Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself. Yeah, if you still have any uh, doubts within you, of whether you are making right decisions or not. Stop doubting, especially when it comes to giving. When it comes to giving, you have to start having boundaries, because there are people who are gonna who love taking advantage of you, collective. There are people who love taking advantage of you, whether it's family, uh, however way. There are people who loves taking advantage of you. They live out of it. Stop doubting yourself. Stop giving to these people. Stop giving to these people. Trust your judgment. Trust your senses. It's over for these people. These people, they don't want to grow. They will never grow unless you allow them to grow. When you allow them to grow is by starving them. Do not give them anything. Do not give them anything of yours. When you give them, yes, you can give them, but then do not go out of your way, pretty much. Do not go out of your way, because these people, they are takers. You have a taker in your energy. Somebody who wants to take, and they have never watered you. They don't want to water you. Whenever they watered you, they feel like they need some applause. Stop giving such people your energy or your resources. They are parasites. You are dealing with the parasites in your energy. Yeah, you have a lot of people who love your humor. You have such a beautiful humor. The way you see things. I feel you may be somebody who sees things on the lighter side. You may be somebody who comes in, uplift people. You are the life of the party. You know how to be alive of a situation. When you come in, your energy just intoxicates. It's more like it's contagious. People can't help not to feel it. You are so loving. You are such a safe place. People feel comfortable in your energy. People feel seen in your energy. Even people who don't believe in themselves, even motherfuckers who don't have direction, they feel seen in your energy. Your energy makes people feel like they got it all together, even if they don't. Because you are not judgmental. You are not so judgmental. Hence, I'm saying you see yourself in everyone. You don't care whether they are however way they may be. You don't care. You give a person a chance. You accommodate them with respect, and then you listen. If they are not worth your time, then you move on and move forward. But whenever you are in other people's presence, I feel you may be somebody who doesn't like to make people feel small at all. Yeah, you may be somebody who's having this beautiful humor. You are very much focused. Yeah, people can say that about you. You are way too focused with your imagination. You have this wilder imagination about you. I feel you are somebody who's always nurturing their creativity. You've accepted yourself for who you are. You've accepted yourself for who you are, and you've learned from your mistakes. I feel I'm talking to somebody who has learned a lot, from their mistakes. I feel like life has taught you well. You may have thought life was against you at some point. You may have thought that life was turning against you. Little did you know that that was God preparing you for what's coming your way. You didn't know that life, in order for you to learn, you have to go through pain. You thought pain was actually torture for you. You may have thought pain was actually torture for you, but in actual fact, it wasn't. That was your schooling. That was your schooling. Yeah, now people see that whatever they took you through, it's small things. It's small things comparing to what they have to go through in order to get to your level. They've been ignoring their healing for way too long, fitting in, being part of the crowd, being groupies, being Persians. It was all by their choice. Now they get to realize they have a lot of healing to do. Yet you did it. Now it's time for you to start this new page of yours. You know what you are here to do. Most, they don't even know why they are here. Hence, they are always wanting to fit in, always wanting to be part of the crowd. Yeah, you come off as very much youthful and balanced. You come off as very much youthful, somebody whom have found their purpose. Yeah, somebody who's very much sensible as well. Yeah, you may be like, oh, look at you. You come off as very practical. You may be somebody who's providing for your family. Yeah, you may be a practical mom, very much grounded. You are such a natural. You may be nurturing a lot of, in fact, like I said, connections that are coming around you, connections that are interacting with you, that are engaging with you. The people feel nurtured. People feel grounded in your energy. You make people feel safe. Yeah, I'm talking to somebody who's already mastered themselves. You may have developed some type of a skill. Continue working on yourself. You continue working on your money. Yeah, you come off as somebody who's very much focused right now. You may be working with diligence, more disciplined on your work. You are more focused on the back with another page. Come off as very much youthful, and there's a lot of people wanting to know your business right now. You have a lot of people wanting to know your business. They are talking. People are talking, but nothing of substance. Nothing of substance. They are just talking because they are talking, because they know you, stuff like that. But then these are just rumors. With the page being here, yeah, they are talking about your creativity. They are talking about how much you are so thirsty for knowledge. You come off as somebody who's more thirsty for knowledge. It's more like you have new ways. You've grown. You may be growing, or you may have left people feeling like they can't match your energy. You've grown. Yeah, you have a lot of people talking about you. They are so curious. So curious. You come off as very much healed, very much healed, very much balanced. You come off as very much balanced. Yeah, I feel your situation is no longer the same. You are now more in control. You are now more respected. You now have your power. You are now more in authority of your life. You embody this masculine, you embody this masculine energy. You are way too practical. you know you don't just say things because you've heard people said it, or you speak things because you know them to be like that. You don't just speculate. No, you get the fuck out of here. Speculations, where did you get that? Who's your source? No, get out of here. You're not that kind of, you be like, be sure, you be so sure with whatever you be talking about. Yeah, I feel whoever I'm talking about, you make a lot of people feel so insecure right now. You make a lot of people feel like they have this, they have this lack mindset. People feel left out in the cold. Hence I'm saying people want to match your energy, but then it's like you've mastered yourself. Yeah. Yeah. People feel so left out in the cold. Some are feeling worried. Yeah. Continue focusing on your stability. Continue focusing on your stability. You may have some community that you work with. You may be bringing in balance in your life, maybe progressing in something, pretty much. They feel left out in the cold because they were trying to be sneaky. Look at them. They were always trying to be deceptive. Now they're feeling like you don't trust any of these motherfuckers. You just don't. They were trying to be sneaky always, every time, whatever chance they get, they are up to no good. Whatever chance they get, you be like, when is this gonna end? When is this gonna end? They are always lying, they are always betraying, they are always coming with scare tactics, they are always manipulating. It never ends with these people. Tricksters, always wanting to get their way. Always wanting to get their ways. Yeah. Always bullying you, trying to bully you, wanting you to be in conflict, always wanting you to feel defeated. They want to win at all costs. Now they are feeling left out in the cold because you are busy building your stability. Yeah, you have your community. They are feeling left out in the cold. Yeah, you're more focused on your personal goals. You don't have time for these people. Yeah, I feel they need to focus on their own inner alignment. That's something that they need to focus on because they are so scared of change. Pretty much your change scares them. They imagine if they would have to change themselves, it will be something that will terrify them because your change, clearly it scares them. Why should they be so triggered by your change? Because they want to win at all costs. Because they are always competing with you. They are always in conflict. They are always wanting to abuse you. Now they are so triggered. These people. Yeah, you have people wanting to come in, trying to, play in your face. You come off as very much young. People, I feel you make people not don't know where they stand with you. They don't know where they stand with you because you are embodying this emperor energy. Yet you may look young, but you are embodying this emperor energy. Yeah, you are so much of an inspiration right now. You are so much of an inspiration right now. Let's see some more. You may have a lot of people who lied on you. Yo. You may have a lot of people who are rethinking whatever the shit they've done. They were so clouded. It's more like you didn't reveal yourself fully. They didn't know you. They didn't. They feel like they are so confused right now. People are they don't know. They get yo. They get to see how they feel to see themselves in you. They get to see that. How much they feel to see themselves in you. They desire to be in your energy right now. I'm telling you, they so desire to, yeah, they have the memories. They desire to be in your energy right now. They see how much you've developed yourself. Yeah, you may be working on yourself, your manifestations. They would desire to be in your energy right now. They have memories. They see you so emotionally fulfilled. Yeah, you are so aligned with yourself. You know, you have support around you. I feel I'm talking to somebody who's working on their dreams. Yeah, pretty much. You've withdrawn your energy from these people. You've withdrawn your energy. Yeah, it's more like your peace means the world right now. You are so driven to succeed. Your peace means the world to you right now. Your peace or nothing. If it's taken from your peace, it's like, fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You're going to steal from my resources. Peace is one of my resources. I'm not going to allow you to steal from my resources. Hell to the no. I've worked hard to get to this peace. You've worked hard to get to this peace. They are manifesting you. They want you to come back. You have somebody who are manifesting you. They are having memories of you, reminiscing. Oh, they are reminiscing. Even from childhood, people are reminiscing over you right now. Let's see some more. They lied, wanting to cause confusion, yeah, to the community. But now, you see, it's a mess. Everything is a mess right now. Everything is a mess right now. The lie may have ran out for too long. The lie may have went out for too long. Now, yeah, it is what it is. Continue being this queen of swords. Continue being direct with your communication. Continue holding on to your perspective. Continue cutting off the bullshit. You don't have time for emotions, because you've seen how emotions can pull you back. You only invest in people who invest in you. Yeah, I see you may be working on yourself. I feel I'm talking to somebody who loves to read. Yeah, you love to enhance your energy. As the Queen of Swords likes to enhance their energy. This is somebody who's very smart. This is somebody who's very much intellectual. This is somebody who knows what they are talking about. Yeah, they are this is somebody who's direct with their communication. I feel your perspective is bringing in balance, though. Your perspective is bringing in balance, though. Yeah. Continue trusting yourself and being in your feminine energy. Yeah, people see you as somebody who's very much somebody who has high morals. Yeah, they see you as somebody of purity. There may be people who sees you as as if you are not of this world. The way you are doing things, the way you are, so sacred. You have this sacred knowledge as well. Wow, collective. Yeah, you've brought in a lot of balance to your situation. You've brought in a lot of balance to your situation. Yeah, continue cutting off the bullshit with your intuition, because I see your intuition is helping you not to even be biased, because there are people who wants to trigger you. They were yeah. Your intuition is bringing in fairness to you. A lot of people feeling left out of the cold because of even your family. They are feeling so left out in the cold right now. You have a lot of people feeling left out of the cold of your new beginning, of your 10 of pentacles, of your wish fulfillment. Yeah, they didn't support you. They didn't care to water you. They didn't care to know what's going on with you. Even when they had something, they didn't care to even look at you. Yeah, all these people are now worried that you have your community, and they are so depressed and hopeless about it. I feel these are people who didn't want you to be looked at. These are people who wanted you to be isolated. These are people who didn't who were painting you however way they wanted. They wanted you to be isolated. Yeah, now they see you, you know, you rebuilding yourself. They see you rebuilding yourself, enjoying the fruits of your labor, pretty much. And you are so protecting yourself. You are very much defensive. And that's their judgment. Pretty much, you have every right. You have every right. Yeah, they are going through judgment. Because of this separation. They're feeling hurt. You have a lot of people feeling hurt and in their emotions. Yeah, you've worked alone. You decided to withdraw yourself from the group conflicts. You didn't want to be part of any conflicts. You decided, you know what? I'm so gonna work alone. I don't want to be part of this friendship. I don't want to be part of this friend group. I don't want to be part of this family. I don't want to be part of this job anymore. I don't want to be part of this relationship. You are like, I pull my energy. Goodbye. See me no more. Yeah. You were like, that's how you came out. Now you have also this narcissist. There's a woman who's very much insecure about you. Who, okay, look at her. You have a woman. She's a codependent woman. Somebody who's always looking at you. Somebody who doesn't like you. Somebody who, I don't know what about this woman. But then you live rent free in whoever this head is. They see you as very much practical. This is somebody who's always selfish. This is more like, you know, when the Queen of Cups is reversed, this is somebody who's hateful. This is somebody who's more codependent. They don't know how to love. Whoever this lady is, this woman is, you are living rent free in her head because you are a practical woman and you've mastered yourself. This woman may have tried to send you black magic. Yeah, this may have been a sorcerer. They may have tried to send you black magic. Yet, but I see it backfired. It backfired back to them because your wish fulfillment is still here and you're still shining. You're still going through a renewal. Whoever this woman is, let's see what about this woman. Hmm. I feel this is somebody whom things didn't go their way. Whomever this woman is, this may have things didn't go their way. Whatever they wanted didn't. I feel they wanted you cancelled, yet now they are feeling so defeated. They are so defeated, looking at you having your power. This is a woman that may have been trying to compete with you. What about this woman? Yeah, they are so heartbroken right now. Things are not going her way. Who's this woman? Who's this fuck? Let's find out some more collective. Yeah, but then just so you should know, you have a woman who was trying to send black magic your way, who was a sorcerer, who hates you. Yeah, whoever this is, I feel they feel defeated right now. Yeah, they may have tried to ruin your reputation. Whoever this woman, they may have tried to ruin your reputation. Yeah, but then it feels like things didn't go well for them because everything backfired. They may have sent big evil eye your way. Things didn't backfire. You know, with witchcraft, it can be explained in many ways. They may have spoke about you. They may have done some voodoo and judo stuff. They may have triangulate and invited others to smear your name. There's a lot of witchcraft around. They may have gossiped about you. There's a lot. Yeah, turning other people against someone is witchcraft anyway. They hate you didn't they hate that you didn't write anyone's dick for validation. Oh my god, this wicked woman, this liar. I feel this is somebody who may have said that you are a promiscuous woman. Whoever this is, I feel they may have said that you are promiscuous. They may have said that you are like this, you are like this. I feel this was somebody who was like waiting and seeing and talking with arrogance and being bold. Yeah, whoever this woman is. Yeah, they hate that you didn't write anyone's dick for any validation. No, for them, you were supposed to have make it through someone. Hence they were gatekeeping on you. Hence they were doing whatever they were doing. Maybe they were wanting you to write anyone's dick so that everyone can see how filthy you are, how promiscuous you actually are. This woman, oh my God! But then things didn't go her way. Things backfired. Yeah, look at them. They are getting exactly what they've ordered. You came closer than anyone else. But then they feel like, damn, how dare you oversmart me? You may have outsmarted whoever this is. They feel so outsmarted by you. Yeah, you may have come closer than anyone else. This woman may have got away with whatever they were doing over and over and over and over again. They may have, you know, got got to play in people's faces for some time, but then no, not you. You came closer than everyone else. All of their hate is backfiring and the truth is coming to light. Yeah, exactly. About this woman, I feel we got to see that all their hate is backfiring and the truth is coming out. Yeah, we wanted to know about this woman. Whoever that is, they are so very much in stress about your wish fulfillment. Whoever this is, they are so not, you know, having it because of your wish fulfillment, because of whatever that is that you are building of long-term success. I feel this is somebody who may have wanted to get recognition of contributing to your uprising. They may have wanted to get a recognition, but instead their lies backfired, you know, their lies backfired. Yeah. Otherwise, that's the message, collective.